Salutations and welcome, friends, to another episode of the fastest 2 minutes here on Trust the Profits, where I am joined by a special guest and they answer 5 Kentucky Derby questions, which is, of course, the fastest 2 minutes in sports. Make sure to press that subscribe button here on YouTube. Make sure to give me a follow on Twitter at the handle @FailedToMenace. Make sure to like this video and let us know the answers to these questions that you have. So love to hear your feedback as well. And joining me today is BRI MOTT. You know her because she is in control of all things Stable Duel. She's the hype chick. She's the one who is telling us about all the great games on Stable Duel every single week. BRI, thank you so much for joining me. And are you ready for the fastest 2 minutes?
I mean, I gotta be. I'm here, so I'm ready. As ready as I'm ever gonna be.
All right. Well, with that, let's get started here, and let's start with a fun one. In the 2023 Derby, we were talking off camera, not the greatest named field that we've seen recently, but in your opinion, best name in this Kentucky Derby field?
I'm going to go with, and let me make sure, Angel of Empire here. I like Gladiator. That is a great movie. Maximus, the whole scenes, everything. So Angel of Empire just is a strong name. I'm going with that one.
I love it. And as a Pennsylvania bred myself, I always root for a good Pennsylvania bred horse. And so one of the things that you have to do on Stable Duel is find good value. You got to find those horses that are $1,000, $750 on the Stable Duel app to play in those games. So I know you're always looking for value. So when you're looking at this year's field, where do you see the best value in the Kentucky Derby?
I know the odds are going to change, but I'm going to go with two fills. So 12-1 morning line. The horse has run at Churchill and won and has a lot of races under his belt, and experience I think is going to be key in this race. Churchill, we saw that last year with the winner of last year. I'm going with two fills for value.
Love it. Big fan of two fills here. And obviously rooting for Larry Ravelli and Jareth Loveberry for their first Kentucky Derby together. Well, listen, if there's going to be some value in some places, there's also horses that might be a little overhyped or maybe a little overpriced depending on the morning line. So in your opinion, the most overhyped horse in this year's Kentucky Derby field?
I'm going to go with Tapit Trice. Now, the public likes a good gray, so I think Tapit Trice is going to be bet just because he's gray. I think some of the races that he's won has been set up a little bit weak. So I'm going to go overvalued Tapit Trice. Overhyped Tapit Trice.
I completely concur. I am not the biggest fan of this horse. I think he's incredibly talented naturally, but I just do not know if this race is going to set up very well for him. So listen, we always are here to try to pick winners. This is a 20-horse field, the toughest race to pick, I think, of any race that we have. So in your opinion, who's going to be the one draped in roses after Saturday evening winning the Kentucky Derby?
Oh my gosh, I'm having such a hard time picking the winner. So don't bury me under this one. I might just have to stick with Angel of Empire. I think I'm going to stick with Angel of Empire coming out of the 14 hole as the winner. Arkansas Derby winner.
Yeah.
We're going with that one.
I'm a big fan of Angel of Empire, as I said. Also, one of only two horses, I believe Tapit Trice is the other, but one of only two horses to win 2 Derby preps in 2 different circuits. Won the Risen Star down at the fairgrounds and won the Arkansas Derby, like you mentioned, at Oaklawn Park. So listen, for every alpha, there is an omega. And so for every winner, there is a horse that inevitably has to finish in last place. So in your opinion, who's going to be the last place horse in this year's Kentucky Derby?
I'm going to go with the 12 Jace's Road, and, much love to all connections and all horses in this race, but I got to pick one for this question, and it had a pretty bad beat a couple of races out at Churchill Downs, so I'm going with that one. Come home last.
Yeah, I think, Jace's Road was starting to lose ground behind a very soft pace at the Louisiana Derby. Hard to see him extending another half furlong and doing better with a hotter pace in the Kentucky Derby. Well, BRI, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to, listen, everybody follows BRI on Twitter, but if you don't already, make sure to follow BRI on Twitter @BRI MOTT. Make sure to play Stable Duel, which is a great way to get into horse racing. Cannot emphasize that enough. But BRI, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to press that subscribe button. Make sure to like the video. Let us know your answers to these questions. And until next time, friends, my name is Matthew DeSantis, wishing you a great and profitable day at the races and reminding you it's now post time.